6 months after the release of the music video for Poppin' 2, Komachi was already showing unmistakable signs of an imminent breakout. Much of this success could be attributed to the MV itself, a collaborative creation by Himura and Anemone, whose production quality far surpassed that of typical idol music videos by a significant margin. Additionally, Komachi had spent the past half-year meticulously managing the group's YouTube channel, capitalizing on their rising popularity by collaborating with numerous well-known YouTubers. As a result, Komachi's channel now boasted a subscriber count of 360,000. However, Komachi believed the most crucial factor behind their surge in attention was Ruby's transformation. Compared to her former self, Ruby's eyes now carried an inexplicable and mysterious, dark, and haunting which had left a distinct impression on viewers. Meanwhile, Akane's acting career continued its steady ascent, and she was gradually establishing herself as a serious, talented actress on screen. On another front, Aqua had become a regular cast member on a popular variety show and occasionally worked as a model for fashion magazines. On the surface, everything appeared to be progressing smoothly, yet both Komachi and Kyoko sensed that beneath this veneer of success, Ruby and Kana each seemed burdened by private worries. That day, Komachi successfully held their second solo concert. Though the dream of performing at the Tokyo Dome still felt distant, the path wasn't entirely out of reach after all. Many internet-born musicians had already achieved that milestone. As an idol group that rose to fame through online platforms, Komachi might very well become the first underground idol unit in 15 years to step onto the Tokyo Dome stage. Still, rather than indulging in hopeful speculation about the future, fans were growing increasingly concerned about whether Komachi could even hold together until that. Even they had noticed Kana's recent gloominess and how Ruby no longer radiated the same cheerful energy as before. After the concert, Kyoko was driving Kana and the others back to the agency when Kana suddenly asked to be dropped off midway, claiming she had something to attend to. Worried, Komachi followed her to an underpass beneath a pedestrian overpass. There, Komachi gently asked if Kana was upset about Aqua and Akane's relationship. With tears welling up, Kana confessed that for the past 6 months, every time she entered the office, Aqua would immediately retreat into his room to avoid her. She hadn't even come to watch today's performance. She understood that now that Aqua had a girlfriend, it was only right for him to keep his distance from other girls, and she genuinely supported his relationship with Akane. Yet his deliberate avoidance still hurt deeply. After comforting Kana, Komachi sought out Aqua, who had just finished filming, and insisted on speaking with him. Though initially reluctant, Aqua eventually gave in to Komachi's persistence. Noticing that Aqua still had studying to do after returning home, Komachi remarked on how diligent he was. Aqua replied that such effort was necessary if he wanted to get into medical school. Komachi was surprised to learn that Aqua aspired to become a doctor. But Aqua clarified that he simply wanted to keep his options open for the future. Getting to the point, Komachi urged Aqua to have a proper conversation with Kana, lest she continue spiraling into sadness. Komachi added that, given his age, it was understandable if he'd unintentionally done things that might have led a girl to misunderstand his intentions. To Komachi's surprise, Aqua responded with quiet intensity. Everything he'd done was carefully considered. Did Komachi really believe he was deliberately trying to push Kana away? He firmly believed that Kana's talent would one day make her incredibly famous. But if an idol were ever discovered to have a boyfriend, what then? What if obsessive fans lashed out? Who would be responsible if Kana got hurt because of it? Aqua's words struck Komachi deeply. Perhaps Komachi had misunderstood from the very beginning. Maybe Aqua wasn't being cold, he was simply doing everything in his power to protect Kana. Overwhelmed by this realization, Komachi instinctively pulled Aqua into a comforting embrace. Recently, the variety show Aqua appeared on had been climbing in ratings, and Diva Furita, Ruby's friend, had become a devoted fan of the program, even declaring herself Aqua's biggest supporter. Ruby jokingly warned Furita not to set her sights on her brother, since he already had a girlfriend. Furita assured her she had no such intentions, adding that true fandom meant maintaining respectful distance. At that moment, Minami asked Ruby if she'd ever considered appearing on the same show as Aqua, noting that twin entertainers often collaborate on variety programs these days. In fact, Ruby had already done exactly that, secretly joining Aqua's show as a special guest. Aqua, upon hearing this, could only sigh in exasperation. You didn't even have to hide something like this from me, he told Kaburagi. But Kaburagi revealed that the entire segment had been Ruby's own idea, and the proposal was so impressively crafted that Kaburagi suspected Komachi's agency had hired an exceptionally skilled producer. In truth, Ruby did have a hidden mentor guiding her from behind the scenes Ichigo. Ever since learning that the doctor who once cared for her had died, Ruby had grown less innocent, less like her from herself. What she didn't know, however, was that the brother living beside her every day was none other than the reincarnation of that very doctor. And now, with Ichigo long absent making a sudden return, what kind of changes will this bring to Komachi? Make sure to subscribe to my channel to stay updated on the latest episode breakdown.